Hello students, welcome to the next chapter of class 11, that is conic sections. After straight lines, we are going to learn a new topic which is conic sections, and as the name denotes here, conic sections. What are conic sections? Conic sections are basically the different shapes. They are only two-dimensional shapes and they are obtained by cutting a double cone in different patterns, right? So see here, this is a double cone, right? A double cone is when you like take a line here and then you tilt it. Now you have to assume this. You have to rotate it this way so that in the upper portion as well as in the downward portion, you get a double cone, right? This was a line which was straight. Then you tilted it like this and then you rotated it throughout. So then you can see that you will be getting a double cone in that case, right? So we can generate a double cone by revolving a line at keeping at a fixed point axis and then revolving it like this in a tilted manner. You will get a double cone, right? Now this is a double cone. See here. This is a double cone. We have got a double cone. Now here we have, let's say this line is making an angle alpha here. This was a straight line in the dotted position and then we tilted it to some angle alpha and then we revolved it. Just keeping the axis same, we just revolve it around the whole circle. This is a cone, double cone. Now what are conic sections? Conic sections are the shapes that we get when we just like take a plane, this dotted line you can see here. This is a horizontal plane, right? This is a horizontal plane and in this figure you can see that this is just parallel to the horizontal. This plane, you just treat this as a cutter, like a plane cut. So if we are keeping it exactly parallel to the horizontal, or you can say exactly parallel to the x-axis, in that case, this is a cross section, right? What is a cross section? When you just cut something, a shape or figure is there. It may be three-dimensional, it may be two-dimensional. It is a solid figure, and then you make a cut. You make a cut and then see the top surface. What is the top view? The top view of this cut, you will get a circle. This is exactly a circle because the shape will be symmetrical about this point, right? Though it is symmetrical and it will be exactly a circle because we are making a cut parallel to the horizontal. So there will be no, in case of ellipse, like this, if we make this cut in some different angle, like this, you can see here, this one. If it is not exactly parallel to the horizontal, it is little bit tilted, or you can say it is at some angle to the horizontal. This is a horizontal, it is inclined to the horizontal or x-axis. In that case, the shape will be elongated circle, right? Elongated circle. You can see here, the picture is here. So this is an ellipse, right? This is similar to circle, but here at some moment the length is more and from one axis the length is less. So it is an elongated circle. Here the length is extended and here it is not equal to the length, right? The third part is parabola. Now how do we get a parabola when we cut a double cone? A parabola is nothing like, see here you have double cone. You have two cones, one on the upper end, one on the lower end. So you can make a parabola by just making a cut such that the plane cuts only one half of a cone, and that is to keeping base in touch, right? Now see here, if this is the plane that we have cut this like this, you can see that whatever part of cone is left, it will have this kind of shape. And this shape is called parabola, right? This is the last, which is called hyperbola. In this, what do? We make a cut such that, see, this is, you can imagine this dotted line. This is the whole plane, like a paper or a cut, or a, you can see this is a metallic cutter, which is cutting the double cone in this way that it is tilted. It is tilted and it is making some angle in the upper cone and some angle in the lower cone. So we just learned that when we give a tilted cut to one part of a cone, we get a parabola. That means this kind of open figure, since there is no surface here on this end, so it will be like this, U shape. And here we have cut both the parts of the double cone, and that too in the tilted situation. So in the in the upper portion also, it is making a parabola like this. And in the lower portion also, it is making a parabola like this. So when we have this figure, this is called hyperbola, right? Let us do it in a little bit detail. See here, this is a circle. Now you can see this is a double cone, right? A double cone. This is the midpoint of the two cones. And now this plane is cutting this. You can assume this. I can try to make it. This is double cone. Now if you just cut it from this place, and that too exactly parallel to the horizontal. Horizontal is nothing but x-axis. So the plane is exactly parallel, right? In that case, you will get a circle. See, the top view of this cone is a circle itself, but it is larger in size. So if we cut it from any point below it, exactly parallel to the horizontal, in all the cases, we will be getting a circle itself. So the top view will be like this, a circle. A circle is a conic section, the first basic conic section, right? The next one is, now assume it here. This is a double cone, right? In case of parabola, you just give it a, assume that this is the cut, right? This is the cut. Now assume this is a solid cone. In that case, what is the shape if you look from here, this point, right? You will get a, since it is a 3D figure, you will get a shape like this. And this is called a parabola. You must have seen when we draw graphs like this is a parabola, right? And we can have it this way also. This is a parabola. So we will discuss different equations of parabola in the next video. Next is ellipse. Now what is ellipse? Ellipse is a kind of similar figure to that of circle. But the thing is, it is not exactly same throughout. Like here, how we have to make ellipse? The plane is plane. First of all, it has to cut only one part. Either you choose the lower part or the upper part of the cone. One cone out of these two. If the cut is made this way, when this plane is making some angle with the horizontal. In the case of circle, it was exactly parallel to the x-axis. But in this case, this cut is like having some tilt, some inclination to the x-axis. So what do we get here? When the cut is made like this, the shape will be like this, right? Ellipse. So ellipse is like this, right? We can get it from here also. We can get it from the lower cone also. So this shape is called ellipse. In this case, like this is the center. So this is the major axis. here, since it is not equal on both the axes, so the longer part, the longer axis is called major axis of the ellipse, and which is less broader is called the minor axis of the ellipse, right? And the last one is hyperbola. Now just assume this thing, right? This is a double cone, and you are making cut such that the upper cone and the lower cone both are getting cut by a plane which is tilted. See, we cannot keep it straight. We are keeping it tilted, right? Now in tilted position, you get a parabola facing upwards, right? Parabola facing upwards. Here we have a parabola facing downwards, right? So there might be some that axis also, right? So hyperbola, this is the shape which is called hyperbola. We have two inverted parabolas, and this is hyperbola, right? So these are basic four conic sections. They are the shapes that we have. Actually, they have got a lot of practical utility in life. So we will be dealing with their basic equations in the next video. But there are so many things like eccentricity, latus rectum, basic equations, modification equations, or you can change the origin. Like here, or whatever we take is the basic thing is we take it as origin. So there are few things in which we can learn origin shift also. So this is a very vast chapter which cannot be covered in these small videos. But basically, I'm trying to give you the idea or basic knowledge of these things. I hope you like watching this video, and please do let me know if you want to learn something else through videos. Do leave a comment. And if you have any query, you can ask me or you can contact me through open. Thank you.